everyone. Today I want to talk about the fight for the correct schooling in the education system, the correct setting for our children with autism. Now, my son Carlos, as we know, he has autism, and basically he's in a mainstream primary school at the moment, and he's in year 5 currently. The problem is, as he's getting older now, obviously the gap between himself and his peers is starting to largen, and he's already, I think he's about 2 years academically behind his peers already. So he doesn't really follow the same curriculum as the rest of them. He does to a degree, but it's obviously adapted for his needs. He does a lot of work on laptop because he has a problem with his hands, with hypermobility, which again most children with autism are very hypermobile. So the problem that I'm facing is that every year Carlos has a review of his education healthcare plan, which was brought in to replace what was originally known as a statement for children with special needs. Now, basically, I put in a request for his secondary school about December-ish time it was, because obviously with special needs schools I was told that you have to let them know a year before applying for secondary school. So I had to let them know at the beginning of year 5 instead of the beginning of year 6. So I chose school, put it in the EHCP, sent it off plenty of time with the primary school's SEN officers review, and basically it's now February, still not heard anything back. Apparently it's got to go before a panel to decide if my son fits the criteria. And yeah, it's just really stressful because I've been calling since a couple of weeks now, 2-3 weeks have gone by. Keep calling, leaving messages, being told that someone will call me back because Carlos's SEN worker, his SEN officer, is currently off on sick leave, which this happens a lot in the SEN department, funny enough. So yeah, I'm like, getting really stressed out now because, I called up this morning, asked to speak to one of the managers or someone who's doing, taking over Carlos's SEN's officer's workload while she's on sick leave, and was basically told that I'd rung up too early. That basically none of the managers were in the office, even though it was like 9:15. And yeah, basically just fobbed off and told to call back in about an hour's time, which I will do so. But my point is this, is that, our children are so precious to us, and, they have all these problems, and it's so stressful dealing with it all on a daily basis. And then you've got the fight that you have to have with the education department, and it just adds to the stress. And you see this, my grey hair, it does not help the situation at all. And it's just really, really difficult and stressful. And knowing that, these people, they can't even be bothered to call you back half the time. You have to keep chasing, emailing, phoning, and you know, I very much doubt that I will get a phone call back today, because I called up last week, was promised a phone call back by one of the managers, and waited all week long. Nothing. Not even an email. Not even, you know, just a bog standard letter to keep you updated that yes, they have received it all and it's going to panel. Nothing, you know. And I just feel like saying, you know, the SEND department in the education system, it really needs to be looked at, because I know I'm not alone in saying this. You know, the way they treat our children and us as families as well it's, you know, just disgusting. And it's actually criminal, to be honest with you, that in 2020 that, you know, we are treated like that. And you know, we're dealing with an education system that basically wants to teach children all the same way, you know, and obviously our autism children, you know, their minds are built differently, and you know, they need the curriculum tweaked to then meet their needs, you know. It's just really really stressful, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer on this video but I just thought I'd come on, have a rant and get some of this out, because I am, you know, I had this fight with my other daughter, who is severely autistic. She's non-verbal, and I actually had to defer her a year to get her into the special needs school that I wanted her to go to, because they were quite willing to just put her anywhere that had a place, which was the local school, which basically doesn't even look structurally safe and needs a complete, and I mean a complete refurbishment. You know, I mean, it was not for my daughter. But you know, as I said, I had to defer her a year. So now, instead of starting last year, she's having to start this year, September 2020, because they didn't have a place. Which makes sense, really, if they are making everyone apply a year in advance, because then it would stand to reason that I'm like, Carlos will be taking the place for a child that would be applying next year, sort of thing. You know, it's just really complicated, and yeah, it's really hard navigating your way around the education system. But hopefully I'm, you know, going to keep my mind positive, and you know, on a plus note, you know, we just have to do, you know, I'm prepared for yet another fight, because I spend my life fighting and appealing and fighting and appealing. And, you know, it shouldn't be that way, but it is. So I will keep you updated as I go. If I get a phone call back, I think it's highly unlikely, but I will continue chasing them this week and let you know if he actually gets his school. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our Crazy Borgies channel, and hope you have a very good, blessed week. Take care.